Okay, I'm putting it on the clampy thing today so that you're not getting a wobble. Today is the 20th of May 2024. The guides have been called to send messages to anyone who hears or sees this, and at whatever time they hear or see this. We are 3 days away from a full moon in Sagittarius. We have also got a lot of Jupiter activity and a shift from it's been in Taurus for a while. So a lot of people might have been feeling a little more grounded over the last month or so, but they're now maybe feeling a little shook up, or it could be coming with excitement because the sun is coming out, or it can be coming in anxiety, or just like a general unwellness, or feeling like there's something, something on your back. Like when you got a backpack on, but it's like sitting right in the middle of your back. This is the energy that we're coming into because there's a huge shift about to happen. Once Jupiter heads off to where it's going next, that is a small opportunity in the next few days to actually find that beneficence, to find that lucky card, or to actually have the bravery to actually say, right, no, okay, I'm going to do that. I've been thinking about it for so long, I'm just going to do that. Or to ready yourself for some enormous change. Okay, that's the energy that's coming through at the moment. So also, as you know, I would normally do 3 cards for these sort of readings, but first it was 1, 2, 3, and this one was actually on top of this one. And then this, what appeared to be a 4th card, was on the end that decided to come out. But then when I was moving them across to put them into the camera frame, this one came off of this one, so it turned out to be 5. So there you go. The number 5 is obviously of importance at this time. 5s are also that time of shift as well in regards to how the tarot numbering goes. The 5s are always where, there might be a little uncomfortable energy going on, or it's time to make a decision and to make change in your life, or it's a lesson, a time for a prominent lesson. Some people see it as the bad or the depressed or whatever sort of numbering, but no, it is a center point where you now have to make a decision of which way you're going to go. Are you going to accept what the universe is providing and showing you to do, even if it means some sort of what feels like catastrophic change is happening to you? Or are you going to sit in the mire and not be able to move forward? Now, I'm talking an awful lot and I haven't turned a card yet, so here we go. Okay, that's actually quite a lucky looking card, and it has a double meaning. It's like a double-edged sword in a way. You see, it's potentially the luckiest card in the deck, particularly with abundance or emotional abundance or physical abundance, not needing to want for much, in other words. You can see how he's sat. It's yeah, okay, I've got everything I need now. I've got my cup filled, I've got my activity cup filled, I've got my work cup filled, I've got my bank account filled, I've got my fridge filled. But with that comes complacency, you see. When we're giving everything we need, we tend to just stop working for it. We stop trying to achieve, or we stop fighting for something, and we can end up sitting in complacency, which can breed kind of what's the word? Came and went. Arrogance can breed arrogance. Wherever you are at this time, you're not wanting for too much, but it's possible that you've actually stopped trying to improve. And when you try, like when you stop trying to improve, or when you don't actually truly appreciate and feel gratitude, then you can end up sitting here with your arms crossed if say, no, I've got everything I need. And of course you don't, because to be feeling that way means that you're lacking in some kind of like focal point, like, you know. We are always needing to learn more. We are always needing to adapt to change. We are always needing to be open to new experience, or to learn, or to change our own perspectives. Like, so that's where that's come in. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So with the Ace of Swords, that's kind of pretty much saying from here, it's like, you know, kind of think about it for a moment. Think about, if you do have a lot of abundance, is there someone you know that might benefit from some of that? Like, you know, is there a way that you can share whatever greatness you have in your life with someone that might not be having the same luck or the same path, the same journey? They might be suffering, like they may be poor, they may have just lost their home, they may have just had a breakup, they may have lost a child, like, you know. So it's to go from this complacency face and position of hands to realizing that you've got the crown, you know, you have the crown. Like, and that maybe that is making your mentality get a little gnarly, like, as in, you know, well, like, I had to work for it, why can't they? And an example there would be kind of like that mentality around immigrants and refugees, and the people are like, well, why can't they, like, you know, look after their own first? Excuse me, why can't you then look after your own? Okay, if people are going to have this kind of like higher than thou, which, as you see, higher than thou mentality, they literally are actually restricting other people. They are oppressing other people. Like, so give a lot of where you stand right today and what you have and the privileges you might have, or the not privileges if you're on the poverty-stricken side or on the suffering side and in a lot of pain with a disability or suffering mental health, or, you know, like found yourself in abusive situations. Like, have the mindfulness to actually think, okay, how can I make this change at this moment in time where the planets and everything are absolutely primed for me to make a ginormous change? Okay. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Like, so this is a weird reading, actually, I must admit. Because now it's like, yes, you have to like think strongly about your actions, your words, and your own higher than thou, how you've like got privilege, etc. That some might have even been handed it quite easily. And then we come into yet another emotional card, like, but she's now too fixated on one thing. So there's the paradox of sometimes we need to go into ourselves to actually think about things, be introspective, and to actually like go through a lot of processing in our minds. But then there's the risk of falling into the fixating, being hyper-focused, hyper-fixated. And a lot of people who might be neurodiverse can fall into this a lot easier than the neurotypicals, really, because, you know, we kind of fall down a rabbit hole. Like, so this is saying in the middle, and this now explains why there's two more cards, because that is stunted right there. If that had finished there, it would have been, oh, like, you know, we need more. We need clarification. Like, this is to not get fixated on one thing, to actually look up from where she's looking and look around, okay? Because around her is a bit of like, active water going on there. So the emotions are stirring during this change and during these like planetary alignments and on this full moon that's coming up, okay? You're balancing okay, you're doing sort of fine, but you're literally having to focus on one thing and one thing at a time, possibly, in order to get through the day. And in a way, that's kind of just survivalism. That's not actually living, okay? So in order to live, we need to look around, all of us. We have to be aware of everything that's going on around us. A lot of people can lose sight of that, particularly if they're troubled. Or if they're in trauma responses, like it's sometimes difficult to actually really see everything that's going on around you. So I mean, here she's unaware of the emotional waters that are happening here. She's also unaware of how close she is to solid ground. Like it could literally just stand up and almost kind of like paddle up to the solid ground for the stability that she needs, like the earthing, the grounding. Like she has a throne that is still keeping her safe. So therefore, even though she's in troubled waters, like she is actually safe. And maybe her mind like is so fixated on like whatever is in this little box, and these little compartments inside our head are filled with all of these belief systems and all of these stories that we've attached to things that are going on in our lives. And a lot of people tend to just compartmentalize them rather than release them or letting them go. So like, with this being the water, this is emotions that have not been dealt with. This is traumas that have not been fully dealt with. They've just been put in a little box in the back of the mind. And here she's now fixated on that, as if to say, oh gosh, I've got so many little like boxes even inside this one item. Like it's time to let everything flood out. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it can be cataclysmic. But on the other side of that, you have a fresh deck. You have a clean slate. You have an empty mind. You have emotions that have been dealt with or released, so therefore you have room for new emotions. You have room for new love, new friendships, new families, new travels, new jobs, new friendships, new everything, new adventures. Like so, and the cherubs obviously are also pointing to that. Your inner child needs releasing as well. Is that you have been in survival mode for so damn long that you actually need to let out that inner child, as well as all of those mucky, yucky, ducky kind of like emotions and whatever traumas you've gone through and whatever angers and rage that you might have built up inside, just let it all out. It's okay. I know society like has these kind of limits on how we can behave, and yes, that is absolutely correct for everyone's safety, but at the same time, you need to let it out. Otherwise, all it's doing is destroying you. Okay, so there's a bit of give and take there. It's like let it all out, but try to do it in a safe way. Like, as in, don't let it all out on somebody else. Don't kind of like download it all on one particular person. Don't get aggressive with people with it. Don't kind of be abusive. Like, try to find a way to let it out healthily. But if it's a rage, then just go to a mountaintop and scream your heart out until the tears form. And then let the tears out. Like, bang the earth if need. Like, Mother Nature will help you. She'll let you do that. She's strong enough to take that. Humans, on the other hand, are not so necessarily strong enough to handle people in turmoil. Okay? Right, okay. And as you can see, here's the peace. Here comes the more compassion and peace. Like we have just let me check that you're seeing this one. Yes. We have the face with a lot of relief and peace. We have her holding the kestrel or the bird as companionship and compassion. We have the Pentacles, which means we're grounded. Like, it's now the Nine of Pentacles. So like we've kind of like jumped a huge hurdle in our own solidity, in our own stability, and in our groundedness. We've actually opened up to the universe and said, okay, I trust you. I trust you now. Like, I'll let go of all of that distrust and all of that fear, because all it was doing really was oppressing, like, myself, say. Like, you know, so yes, the peace comes, as does looking around rather than fixating on one thing. She's looking as if she can see the birds, she can see the grounds and surroundings around her. She's like got her head held high as in thanks and in relief. So yes, definitely peace will come. And then after peace, you will then have so much room left inside now, because you've completely abolished everything that like you were holding on to. You've got rid of it. You've dealt with it. You've emptied your soul. You've emptied your body. You've emptied your mind. You've emptied your emotions. And now you're going to be spoilt for choice now, because you've got so much room inside. Like, you know, and obviously it's human nature to want to fill ourselves. Like, you know, we look for solutions, we look for problems so that we can find solutions. We look for love so that we can feel loved. We look for money so we can feel like financially stable, like, you know. So once we've actually dealt with all this and made room for things, we take a breather and a big, huge relief. And then all of these new things are going to come flooding in. All of these new things, new people, new jobs, new pets, or new experiences, like, you know, travel, knowledge, wisdom, like riches, like, you know, and a new home. Okay, all of those things are going to come if we're able to make room for them. And this happens any day. Any day of our lives, we have a choice to change. We have options to choose from, even when we don't think we do. Even if we're kind of like, you know, we're on the dole, or we've just been made homeless, or whatever. We still have choices. We still have options. It's all about clearing what is inside us that's holding us back. Our belief systems of, oh, the world is against me. Our belief system of, oh, the government never helps those that are in need. The belief system of, oh, well, I don't deserve it. The belief system of, this is what I deserve because I did this bad thing, or I hurt that person, or I caused that trauma or that drama. Like, everybody is equal on this planet, and everybody can clear out their history, and everybody can start fresh. And everybody will be given by the universe new options, new choices, and new adventures to walk their journey with. So I hope that relates to anything that you might be going on. Know that you're not alone if you are in this survivalism kind of like entanglement. Know that you're not alone if you are struggling. Know that it never lasts forever, and that it's only the attachment or the belief system that we attach to it that makes us believe that we're in this and it's never going to change. Change is right there whenever you want it. Change is right there. You can wake up one day and just decide, right, okay, instead of trying to fix this in the house or do that in the house, just pack up your belongings and move house. Okay, it's as simple as that sometimes. Yes, you need to find the finances, but there will be a way. And yes, like this card looks quite chaotic, as in, oh, I'm engulfed now, what do I do? But isn't it better to have choices than to feel that you're oppressed? So I wish you all well.